The wealthiest countries in the world are often considered guardians of the planet, but we know how much damage they have done with their emissions. They are responsible for climate change. Smaller countries who face an existential threat are leading the climate change fight. Case in point, Chile. Chile is rewriting its constitution to combat climate change. What changes are being considered? Our next report has more.
This is Chile's Atacama. It's the driest desert in the world. Also a dumping ground for fast fashion leftovers. Unwanted clothes from the rest of the world often end up here. There is now a giant mountain of waste in Atacama. Chemicals from these clothes are slowly seeping into Chile's environment. This mountain represents a crisis for Chile. It is one of the many things that's destroying the country's ecology. Chile believes that it is facing a climate and ecological emergency, and it is making sweeping changes to deal with the crisis. 155 Chileans are now rewriting the country's constitution. Their priority is to protect the climate and Chile's ecology. The constitution is expected to address the most pressing challenges, such as should mining be regulated in Chile, should nature have rights, and which local communities must have a say in environmental issues. Chile isn't the first country to acknowledge the scale of the climate crisis. So far, 11 countries have introduced constitutional provisions to deal with climate change, but only small countries feature on this list, like Algeria, the Dominican Republic, and Thailand. Their proactive response is the need of the hour. Small nations are facing some of the most extreme effects of climate change. Going by one estimate, 42 small countries will disappear if climate change is not contained. The threat is an existential one. But some of the world's biggest polluters fail to recognize this. The wealthiest blocs, like the United States and the European Union, committed to provide climate funding. They had to transfer $100 billion every year to developing countries. Year after year, they have fallen short and missed the target of $100 billion. The lack of funding is blocking tangible changes. Smaller countries see this as a betrayal. They have now emerged as the loudest voice on the climate change debate. Leaders in countries like the Maldives have held their cabinet meetings underwater to draw the world's attention. And recently, Tuvalu's foreign minister addressed the COP26 summit from the sea. He demanded bold action from the global community.
In Tuvalu, we are living the realities of climate change, sea level rise, as you stand watching me today at COP26. We cannot wait for speeches when the sea is rising around us all the time. Climate mobility must come to the forefront. We must take bold, alternative action today to secure tomorrow.
So far, these appeals have fallen on deaf ears. But that hasn't deterred the smaller and vulnerable nations. They continue fighting the good fight against climate change. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.